The geopolitics of digital currency, how Russia sidesteps the US dollar. Imagine a world where the US dollar is no longer king, where countries bypass traditional banking system and create their own digital financial highways. Right now, that world is quietly taking shape. At the center of it is Russia. This is not just about money, this is about power, control, and the future of global trade. For decades, the global economy has revolved around one currency, the US dollar. Over 80% of international trade is settled in dollars, and institutions like SWIFT allow the US and its allies to monitor and even block financial transition worldwide. This dominance gives United States enormous geopolitical leverage, but what happens when countries start finding ways around it? In recent years, sanctions have become one of the most powerful tools in global politics. After the conflict in Ukraine, Russia faced unprecedented financial restrictions. It was cut off from major banks, restricted from SWIFT, and isolated from the Western financial system. But instead of collapsing, Russia adopted, and that adaptation is reshaping global finance. To bypass the dollar system, Russia turned to technology. One of its biggest moves, the development of digital ruble. This is central bank digital currency, or CBDC, issued directly by the Central Bank of Russia. Unlike traditional money, digital currencies can move faster, cheaper, and outside conventional banking networks. But Russia did not stop there. It also expanded partnership with countries like China and India, settling trade in local currencies instead of dollars. Russia is also building alternatives to SWIFT. One example is its own financial messaging system, SPFS. Meanwhile, China is promoting its system, CIPS, and creating a parallel global payments infrastructure. Together, these systems are slowly forming a new financial ecosystem, one that reduces dependence on the dollars. And then there's BRICS and a group of major economics exploring a shared currency or digital payment system. This could fundamentally shift how global trade works. But this shift comes with risks. A fragmented financial system could lead to instability. If multiple currencies compete globally, market could become more volatile. There are also concerns about transparency. Digital currencies controlled by government could increase surveillance and reduce financial freedoms. And for the United States, their trend threatens one of its greatest sources of global influence. So, are we witnessing the end of dollar dominance? Not yet. The dollars remains deeply embedded in global trade, but cracks are beginning to appear. As more countries experiment with digital currencies, the balance of financial power could slowly shift. This is not just a sudden collapse, but a long-term transformation. In the world of geopolitics, money is more than currency it controls. And as Russia and other builds alternatives, the question is no longer if the system will change, but who first. This is new financial battlefield, and the story is just beginning.